How you guys doing? I'm Matt DeBoard. I'm the founder and CEO of NewGem Foods. And what we do is we take that and we make that. So we make edible film out of fruits and vegetables. And let me see if we got that going. Yep. And so we're a food tech company, and we developed the technology with the USDA's Agricultural Research Service. I worked with them for 4 years, and we filed the patents. And it's completely flour-free, gluten-free, 100% natural, nothing artificial. And so we've developed a lot of different products. And so this product is our sandwich product, and there's some samples out there. The caprese sandwich, if you want to try it. And so I already talked about this a little bit. So we have a pretty deep IP moat. We filed 2 patents on it. We also have trade secrets. We had to develop the process to develop it, and so we built our own facility as well. Because we had to build our own facility, we've invested a lot of our own money. Got loans originally, but then we've been paying down those loans. We also invested our own money, and so we're highly committed. Because we are vertically integrated, we have a high gross margin, so we're actually very profitable. What we're trying to do is just scale the business. Everything's in place, and that's why we're raising money, is we just want to throw money on the sales fire, basically. So why do this? Well, it's 90% of Americans don't eat their daily allowance of fruits and vegetables, and it's just inconvenient. I saw a phrase that said, convenient food is not healthy, and healthy food's not convenient. And so what we're doing is we're making it really easy for you to get your fruits and vegetables. And so this wrap is equivalent to about this tomato. And so you're actually getting your fruits and vegetables from eating our wraps each day. 96 million Americans are pre-diabetic. A lot of people are starting to use the GLP-1 drugs, and that's actually modifying people's consumption behavior. I just read a statistic today. 56% of people are snacking and instead of eating a meal, they're skipping a meal. And so again, our products are allowing you can snack, but get a lot of health from it. So I always laugh at this one, but there's 110 billion sandwiches are consumed annually in the United States, and we want to take a bite out of that market. So anyway, and then you can see that the wrap alternative market is very sizable. The better for you tortillas, the cassava flour tortillas, there's cauliflower sandwich thins, there's Egg Life. They're all growing pretty well. Like Egg Life, I just found out, is a $100 million business, and so we can easily get there. So we know we've been doing this for a little while, so we know who our customers are. We've done jobs to be done interviews, we've done surveys, there's a lot of data on our Amazon customers. We know exactly who's buying our product. And you probably have family members, because about 70% of Americans have somebody in their household that is dealing with dietary challenges. And so it's either diabetes or celiac disease, or my son's allergic to all nuts. And so we have to deal with all these things. And so our customer, we know it's 25 plus females, head of household, or kind of head of household. My wife's the head of our household. So anyway, they're seeking to navigate these dietary challenges. And I always use this story. Greta likes me to tell this story, and it's that I was at a demo one time, and the mother came up and she said, my husband's diabetes, my one daughter's celiac, and my other daughter has all these allergies, and our pantry is divided up to my husband's food, my daughter's food, and my daughter two's food. And she's like, what we like about your product is we can all eat it. We can sit down, we can all have a meal. We don't have to worry about what we're eating. We know that your product is going to satisfy everybody. So I got this phrase from talking to deli managers, and we're the single solution. And so if somebody comes up and they have a dietary restriction, we generally can meet that need. We've established a beachhead in retail, and the reason we're raising this money with venture mechanics is we just want to grow that. We're attacking the West Coast. We just want to get out there with more boots on the ground. I've been doing it myself. I don't scale. And so we want to get more people out there doing demos, teaching people about our product, educating them. I tell people that, I'll get to it in a second. So I already talked about this, pretty good traction, different grocery stores. We're in about 250 doors now. We want to get into 750 by the end of next year. Very accomplishable. And then at the end of in 2030, we want to be in about 8,000 doors. We're already in distribution, which is a big deal, so we can get into more stores. I say this every time, you guys already know it, but a tomato tortilla is a red tortilla. It's not tomato. Our product is tomato. It's 100% plant-based. Our product is 25 calories versus 250 calories for a tortilla. I don't care what color you make it, it's not healthy. Our product is very healthy. We have a lot of different applications. We are a technology platform. So the first product I brought to market was actually to replace seaweed on sushi. We sell that in food service. That's about half of our business. And then we have the sandwich product, which I talked to you about. We also have another product out here if you want to try it. We call it snack pods. You can seal our product and make a little snack pod out of it. And it's really healthy. If you eat 10 of them, it's about half an apple. This is what our goals are for this raise. So we want to, I've already talked about this. We want to get out there, get into more stores, hire more people. Venture Mechanics has helped us bring on some new talent. So we have a CSO who's helping us fractional. We have Greta, who's our CMO. And that's really been a big deal. And I mean, Brent knows and so forth. Like, I'm dealing with a mixer problem at the factory right now. So somebody broke a bolt on my mixer. So I'm having to deal with that. And what we really want to do is get me away from that, untether me from those tasks so I can go out and grow the business. Everybody wants this to be up and to the right. We're profitable. Well, we're not profitable yet, but we have really high gross margins. We're vertically integrated. We have really good operating leverage. And most of the investment is going to go towards sales. And that's what we're going to use it for. And once we get to a certain level, then the profit just should come in pretty easily. These are just giving you more details about that, what I just said. 67% gross margin on the retail. We end up with about 17 net, 64% on Amazon. We have a 40% repurchase rate on Amazon, which is really high. People want to achieve 20%. We're at about a 40% repurchase rate. And we can grow Amazon quite well, I think. Use of funds. This is more about what it is. So it's a seed round. We're already established. We're already a going concern. We've invested a lot of our own money. I'm very fortunate that I do have I got some investments from the Alliance of Angels. I have some commitments from the Alliance of Angels. And thanks to Venture Mechanics, I've gotten really good at talking to investors. And we've got some strong interest from some CPG companies as well. Here's the team. I already talked about Jerry and Greta. This is me. We've got really good mentors as well. I think this is a typical exit. So you're generally getting a 3 or 4x on exits. And there's been a lot of acquisitions in CPG lately. This is just more about some of the things I've been winning lately. Thanks to Ron, I got into the Startup World Cup finale. So next month I'm participating in that in San Francisco, and that's NewGem.
You blew right past that. So you won the Seattle Startup World Cup. It's in 110 cities, and now you get to go to San Francisco and participate in the grand finale for $1 million non-dilutive investment prize.
Yeah, $1 million gift. I'll take it.
And Joshua, by the way, won third place.
Yeah.
With Real Engineers.
Yeah, so there's a lot of positive things that has been developing since our involvement with Venture Mechanics. I've gotten a lot better at preparing to talk to investors, talking to investors. I say I've been playing around the edges for a long time and trying to raise capital, and it's becoming much more successful, my efforts. Questions? Gio.
Do you have any plans or interest in working with food service caterers?
Yeah, actually, that's
do a B2B kind of.
One of my goals is with the investment we're going to get more salespeople on board, that they would focus on retail because that's kind of already set up, and then I kind of want to put a little bit of my energies into food service. There's a lot of opportunity there.
Great presentation. Just a quick question. Since you have an adaptable form factor by what you're making, have you guys by chance looked at the catering to elite human performance markets?
Yeah. Actually, I was at a trade show and a guy who was a bodybuilder, he was talking to me about it. And then also, coincidentally, I was in the Mondelez collab Snack Futures. I was one of 9 companies that got selected for the Mondelez collab. And coincidentally, the guy who runs their venture fund is a triathlete. And so he was talking to me about that as well. And so we would have to get into the lab and do some things. But like one of the things he wanted me to do was the snack pods. If you see that picture there, yep. He was saying that when they do a triathlon, they have these gel packs. And if you litter, you get penalized. And so what he said is if he's trying to reach for that 6th gel pack, and it's a sticky mess, and he can't find it, and it's a disaster. He's like, if I could just eat them as I drive, or as I'm riding, and then when I get down to the last one, there's only one left, and I just got to eat it. He's like, that would be. He actually said, he's like, if you do that, I'll go into business with you.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's just a confluence that sometimes on defense tech, elite sports, and the margins on some of this stuff when you put it in the right thing that they want, goes so high it's crazy. Anyway, happy to. Got a couple connections for you. I'd like to.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, actually we worked with the Natick. They taught me that basically they treat soldiers like elite athletes. They're trying to feed them like elite athletes. Yeah.
By the way, hundreds of people have taste tested these snack pots, but only here at Venture Mechanics, the only place in the world where you can get it. That's the only reason Brent keeps coming back. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So along those lines. Are you doing anything with proteins? Do you have any products that are meat products, protein products?
I don't quite understand the question. Sorry.
Well, my impression was like you're using vegetables as a source, and you're making the products out of vegetables.
Correct.
I'm asking, can you do anything with protein, like beef or chicken?
That's not our technology. Not where not where I'm focusing.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
But you do the honey glazed hams.
Yeah, but it's a plant-based product that we wraps around a spiral cut ham, and it hydrates into a glaze. But it's apple-based. Yeah. Yeah. There's Frank. I mean, these are good ideas. It's just not necessary. I mean, we can be $100 million business with a tomato wrap. I mean,
We got time for one more question.
Yeah, great presentation.
Thank you.
Pretty delicious.
Thank you very much.
And Matt will be here afterwards. All the companies are here afterwards out there. And you still have samples left?
I don't know. I have to go look.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, two-part question, but they're related. How circumventable is your IP if a big player decides to get in? And what do you see as the biggest risks?
So our technology it's not easy. I'll tell you that. I mean, if you put a lot of time into it, you probably could figure it out. But there's a lot of IP that goes into our technology. It looks simple, but it's not. What I tell people is I had to figure out how to make the stuff, and I looked at food industry equipment, and actually standard food industry equipment wouldn't do what I needed it to do. So I had to look outside that. And so kind of the way to describe it is it's like using a cement truck to make food. Right? So nobody would really look at a cement truck to make food, right? And so that's one thing is you really got to look outside of the food industry. A lot of my equipment is not food industry equipment. And then even ingredients, how we prep our ingredients, some of it was just accidents, honestly. When I was working at the USDA with them for 4 years, some of it was just like, why did that work? And it worked, right? So some of it was just accidental. So somebody has to get that same luck, right?
You do have patents.
Yeah, I do. I have patents on the product, but we IP'd the process. And then, what was the second part of the question? Oh, biggest risks. Greta told me not to give this answer, but biggest risk if I get hit by a bus, I guess,
But we had your wife do the pitch last time.
Yeah.
And she is absolutely plug substitutable.
No, I mean the biggest risk is honestly if I don't get funding, and then the process is pretty well sussed out. I mean, and we can teach it to people, and so they can make the product. I mean, I suppose if somebody could come out with something similar and try and compete with us, more directly, current competitors are just not the same as us. Everybody else is kind of a one. It's like a vanilla, and they just add flavor to it. Where our tomatoes tomato, our carrots carrot, our mangoes mango, and so on. So I think, I guess execution. If we, it's all about execution, right? So I guess there's execution risk, I guess.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
Need to practice that one.